Hey there, welcome back to another mini rant. This time, it's about the new MadTV. I really did not want to do a mini rant about this new show. I didn't. I'm a big fan of MadTV. I have been for a long time. I grew up watching MadTV. I have a lot of great memories watching MadTV on Saturday nights with my dad. See, my dad and my mom divorced when I was 5, and my dad got me for the weekends. So a tradition that my dad and I would have is we'd watch MadTV on Saturday nights. So I have a very soft spot in my heart for MadTV. That being said, this new MadTV sucks. There might be a few things about it that are kind of funny, but most of them are because of the original cast members who are coming back and doing guest spots. I can't think of a single thing that this new cast has done, characters or performances, that has been nearly as funny or nearly as good as anything that the actual cast members from the previous seasons of Mad TV have come in and done either in this new show or in the previous seasons. This is everything that Mad TV wasn't when it first started out. This is everything that critics of Mad TV like to say it is. They like to say that the show is just a low-rent SNL knockoff. And if they just went off of this show, that's true. I mean, this is absolutely just a low-rent SNL knockoff. It has no identity. It isn't a unique combination of Mad Magazine and SNL like Mad TV was for the first few seasons. It's more of a continuation of the Mad TV that was just awful and unfunny in the last few seasons before it was finally mercifully canceled. So that's why I'm ranting about it, because I'm like, what is the point? What is the point of bringing back Mad TV on the CW if all you're going to do is deliver the same lazy, uninspired, lame-ass comedy that Mad TV had during its last couple seasons? I don't get it. Especially, why are you wasting new talent? And that's air quotes on some of these this new talent, because some of these cast members are just, they're not funny. They don't have a natural comedic bone in their entire body. So, yeah, I've watched about 4 episodes of this new show. I've given it a chance. I wanted to be the guy who would be there and champion it. And I didn't mind the pilot episode, but then I watched it again and it did not hold up at all. So anyway, this new Mad TV features a new cast with Carly Craig, Chelsea Davison, not Davidson, but yeah, Chelsea Davison, Jeremy D. Howard, Amir K, Lyric Lewis, Piotr Michael, Michelle Ortiz, and Adam Ray. Out of this entire cast, there's a few cast members that I think have potential, and Carly Craig is definitely one of them. She used to be on YouTube. She did some good impressions and stuff like that. I honestly think she deserves I don't know, a better writing or a better show. I'd like to see her go on and do something better as the years go by, because I'm pretty sure this show is not going to get picked up for a second season. This is going to get the axe after 8 episodes, and I wouldn't be surprised if it got the axe before the 8 episodes, all of them even aired. That's how bad this new Mad TV is. And I hate saying that. What is up with bringing stuff back from the past and it's sucking? What's up with these reboots that just bring back something, dig up an old franchise out of the grave, prop it up, and don't do much except, I guess, put some makeup on it and try to act like, oh, hey, it's back. But really, it's the same dead, stinking, rotting corpse that you've already buried in the ground. You're just Weekend and Bernie'sing it. It's just, it's sickening. So Carly Craig, I don't mind her. I think she has some good, legitimate talent. Amir K, I think if he has better writing, I think he could deliver the funny. And I think Lyric Lewis has some potential, but I still need to see more from her. I like her enthusiasm, but everyone else, I'm sorry, they're just not when you look at the MadTV cast members from the first few seasons, or even some of the later seasons, I mean, you had Ike Barinholtz and Keegan-Michael Key and Jordan Peele. None of these new cast members have the same impact. Like some of those other cast members, when they immediately came on the scene, they made a huge impact. Even in the first few seasons, when there was new cast members who came in and replaced some of the older ones, they all did admirable jobs. Um, and I just don't see it with this cast, except for a few exceptions, but the writing is so shitty that doesn't help them at all. They look bad because of how bad the writing is. I've seen their Facebook chats where they do live chats on Facebook, and they did this whole thing where they just did random improv stuff, and it was fun. That was funnier, and it had more legitimate energy than anything in any of these real episodes of the show. It's just I don't. It's unbelievable how bad this show is. Mad TV, more like mild TV or bad TV. Yeah, it's more like bad TV because it's not mild TV because mild is you can deal with it. This is bad TV because it's fucking bad. So, and the other cast members, Chelsea Davison, bless her heart, she's got enthusiasm, seems she enjoys what she's doing. She's not she's not good enough to be on TV. Jeremy D. Howard is awful. He's a poor man's Tracy Morgan. He even did a Tracy Morgan impression in the first episode. There's nothing to this guy. He was the best black comedian you could get for this show. I highly doubt that. Who does he know? His new characters to try to come up with have just been terrible. Sombrella, like really? What the fuck was that? Uh, and you have Piotr Michael, who is their impressionist guy. He does some decent impressions. Jeff Goldblum, Donald Trump. But there's some other impressions he does that are just awful. In episode 4 that just aired pretty much fairly recently, pretty much tonight, because I'm posting this video the night of the airing of the 4th episode. And, you know, technically could be the next day, but regardless, it's very soon after it aired. Piet Michael did a terrible impression of Arnold Schwarzenegger. I can do a better impression of Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, I know a lot of friends who can do a better impression than him as Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was like some weird blend of Donald Trump and Arnold. It was just awful. It was not Arnold Schwarzenegger. There were some moments when it was there, but other moments it's not. He's talking about something like, you know, take steroids because it's cool. You know, take some steroids. Don't take steroids unless you want to end up like me. You know, I'm muscular. Unless you want to be super muscular and super popular, then don't take steroids. No, his impression was just weak. It was a pretty awful impression. I mean, when I can do a better impression than you and you're on TV, that's pretty shitty. I'm sorry. Yeah, yes, isn't it? It's pretty awful. It didn't sound anything like me. But anyway, Will Sasso does a better impression. And his is over the top, but that's what makes it fun. Piet Michaels just sucked. It was one of the worst Arnold impressions I've seen on TV. Um, But he has a few that are right. Donald Trump is fine. So is his Jeff Goldblum. But that's all he really has. His shtick is just the impressions guy. You got to give me more than that. And some of the impressions aren't even that great. Michelle Ortiz, another young, energetic cast member. I just don't think is polished enough to be on TV. Adam Ray, another guy who. What does this guy bring? I don't know what it is. What does he bring? What does he bring to the show? He's a very muscular guy. He's got a nice bright smile. Other than that, he brings nothing. He played Alec Baldwin in some Match Game parody in episode 4, and he didn't sound anything like Alec Baldwin. He didn't do anything. If you're gonna play a celebrity, you have to at least try to act like the celebrity or do an impression. He did nothing like it. It just sounded like Adam Ray acting like he's Alec Baldwin. So yeah, and also Piet Michaels' impression of Jimmy Fallon was pretty fucking brutal too on episode 4. So yeah, most of these episodes are brutal. I mean, I'm not gonna do reviews of each episode. Why would I want? I don't want to do that. I don't want to put myself through that again. I already watched those episodes twice, and that's enough. I watched them twice to try to see if they'd get better. No, especially episode 2, which was absolutely horrible. Had these awful Shark Tank parodies with Ike Barinholtz and Bobby Lee returning. Bobby Lee brings back his blind karate kung fu master character, and the skit was just horrible, awful all the way around. Uh, yeah, just so many bad, awful, just shitty sketches in this new show. I mean, there's some once in a while there'd be a sketch that's kind of has an interesting concept, like the safe space sketch, which is a nice little parody in political correctness, and people being triggered. But that also had its problems with Chelsea Davidson delivering an absolutely terrible impression of Melissa McCarthy. So even the moments this show has are kind of ruined because there's always something shitty attached to it. Let's take episode 4, for instance, the most recent episode. I like the Mo Collins stuff. Mo Collins, it was fun seeing her just be great. She's such an underrated comedian. And her character from the Lillian Werner game show kind of showed up again, the one that was just kind of a clueless cat lady. And she showed up on the match game, and she was hilarious, but everything else around her was just shitty. And then she came back as her character, Lorraine. I believe that's her name. The one that's like, she came back and played that character, and she was hilarious. But Adam Ray was just nothing, and Amir K was overacting as Adam Ray's boss, and it was funny, but it wasn't laugh out loud hilarious like her previous performances of that character were. Um, and then you had Nicole Sullivan. She came back and did some guest spots. She came back and returned as Darlene McBride, and I did enjoy that. But then that was kind of hurt by bad impressions and bad writing for these other sort of characters. Instead of it just being simple, just Darlene McBride singing her really, really right wing, of just over the top Republican style country music, which, if you've seen MadTV in the first few seasons, Cole Sullivan popularized the whole Darlene McBride right wing nut job type music. Uh, they ruin it though by having people from Fox News and other people who are aligned with her also singing along, and the carpool idea was just weird. It should have just been her singing her hits like it was in the previous skits. But no, so there's always a problem with this show. Even the best skits are mediocre. And forgettable. The worst skits are so fucking painful to sit through that you just want to just rip your eyes out so you can't see them anymore. Or drink bleach. I mean, it's just bad. The Jimmy Fallon skit on episode 4 is one of those for me. There's so many shitty skits in this new show. And it also has this sort of disconnect of it's not as current as it could be. And then it tries to do political parodies, and they're pathetic. Episode 4 had a really pathetic political parody where it was trying to do some song or some song parody. I don't know what it was. It was something that was just awful, of Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton doing a music video talking about you don't want to vote for us or whatever. We're the best you got or what. It was just awful. It was just so shitty. And they're not even singing. They were talking. It was like speak. It was like speak singing or something. It was just terrible. Just fucking terrible. Um. Yeah. I just it's really too bad. It really is. You brought back MadTV for this. Even when Ari Spears and Deborah Wilson came back for episode 3, they didn't have the same magic. They did the reality talk stuff again, and it sucked. They did a Bill Cosby parody that was just terrible. I mean, I keep using the word terrible, but that's what it is. It's just horrible, terrible shit. Unfunny, just lazy, and just cheap. The show has This show is the cheapest production values I honestly have. I honestly think this is the cheapest production values I've ever seen for a sketch comedy show. It is that cheap. I mean, there's a segment in episode 1. It's a Dora the Explorer parody, like Dora in East LA, and it was clearly shot behind a green screen. I mean, MadTV had its budget slashed incrementally as the show went on when it originally aired on Fox, but it never looked this bad. So, I mean, this just hurts MadTV's reputation rather than help it. Uh, if they were gonna bring it back, I wish they just brought it back and had the original cast come back and have a super cast of original cast members do an episode each week. I think that would have been great. That would have been a great way to give back to the cast, a great way to give back to the fans, because clearly the original cast members are the best things about these new shows. When they come back, except for Bobby Lee and Ike Barinholtz, which is really too bad, they got shit to work with. They just had the worst scripts to work with and skits. But in the first episode, you had Kenny Rogers, Will Sasso's Kenny Rogers, which is funny because I really love Will Sasso and I love his Kenny Rogers impression. It's over the top, and it's not really necessarily accurate, but I love his Kenny Rogers caricature. Um, so yeah, it was like everything that was mostly good about this show, tolerable about this new series, is skits with the original cast members. So it should have had a super team of original cast members come back and host every week. And since it was only picked up for 8 episodes, that would have been fine. It would have been a nice send-off to the original cast members. It would have been a nice way to give back to the fans. Because the 20th anniversary special was pretty shitty too, if you ask me. It was a very lame, lazy clip show that had Benifa for some reason. I think it was Benifa, a character that was introduced in the last season or the season before that, win the best character over Miss Swan and some of these other more established popular MadTV characters. So it was kind of a slap in the face for a character that I think was only in like 1 or 2 skits, ended up getting the best character award or whatever it was, and the joke was it was pointless anyway, so it's a good thing that the character that like said Benifa won or something. I don't think it's Benifa. I think it's somebody else, but I could be wrong. Either way, I don't give a shit. But anyway, yeah, those are my thoughts on the new MadTV. It sucks. It's bad TV. I'm probably gonna keep watching the rest of it. There's only 4 more episodes left. And for some reason last week, they took a reprieve. They took a break. I'm like, this is a new show, and you pre-record your episodes, and you're already taking a break and airing a rerun in week 3? I mean, that's... I don't think you earned that, bad TV. But anyway, it's a shame. I was hoping that the show would get better as the season went on, because a lot of shows struggle at first and aren't spectacular and aren't amazing, especially sketch comedy shows. It takes a while for them to get going. I mean, even SNL, the first few episodes were nowhere near as funny as they would end up becoming. The one that I remember fondly, the one that I remember that is, in my opinion, the first episode that really showed what SNL was going to be capable of was the Richard Pryor episode. And even MadTV itself had some kind of meh first few episodes, but the pilot episode of MadTV was 10 times better than the pilot of this new show. And season 1 gets a lot of shit from MadTV fans, apparently. I'm not one of them. I like season 1. I actually like season 1 a lot. I would say season 1 is a lot better than this. And I know I'm only 4 episodes in, but season 1, I can watch the first 4 episodes, and I guarantee I'm going to be a lot more entertained. I'm actually going to laugh a hell of a lot more than I did with the first 4 episodes of season 15. I don't know why they're calling it season 15. It's more of a reboot than it is a 15th season. And they don't even bring back the MadTV theme either. They make that sound generic and bland. No longer do you have the theme where you can dance along to it. No, now it's just like blah 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 blah, MadTV, not bad, bad TV. That's just what it is, really. That's really what the theme is. It's terrible. The sets doesn't have the personality like it once had. It's just, it's shit. This is the reason why I don't want to see it in living color. Don't bring back In Living Color. I think they tried to do that once and it never aired. Probably for good reason. As far as I'm concerned, I would have been fine if this show never aired. Yes, the stuff with the old cast was kind of fun to see again. But if I want to watch them and reprise their roles and their characters, I'll just watch old episodes and old skits from MadTV. Not this. This is a poser. This is a fake. I don't know what this is. This is not MadTV. This is BadTV, and it sucks. Sucks dick. So anyway, yeah, that's my mini rant on the new MadTV. Anyway, yeah, you can check it out on the CW Seed for free, which I will probably watch the last 4 episodes on the CW Seed, because I am a fan of MadTV, and I kind of want to watch them to at least see what the old cast is going to bring to the new show. But and that's another thing. It's not really a new show because you have the old cast coming back and doing multiple skits and multiple stuff. So if you really wanted to have your own identity and be your own show, you should not have had guest hosts. You should have from the original cast. You should just had the new cast members try to find their own way, but they can't do that because they have to leave room for the old cast. So it's almost impossible for the new cast to find their own identity. And to be honest, I kind of feel bad for them. But at the same time, some of them, I don't think are good enough anyway to even be on TV. So they should be thanking their lucky stars that they're on TV anyway, and they're getting paid by the CW to do sketch comedy on Tuesday nights, which is another thing. Tuesday nights? What? Really? Tuesday nights? That's a shitty time to air sketch comedy. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, okay. Tuesday? Who goes in on Tuesdays at 8 o'clock and is like, yeah, let's watch MadTV? But that's just my opinion. This whole video is my opinion. But anyway, if you like the new show, fine, teach their own. I don't have a problem with that. But for me, I'm going to stick with the old show. I'm going to stick with the first few seasons of the real MadTV. This fake can fuck off for all I care. And yes, I'll watch the last 8 episodes, but last 4 episodes, but it's because they're for free. And if you want to hear my thoughts on the last 4, please let me know, because I'll do a video about it. Maybe do like another mini rant, BadTV, part 2 or something like that. But anyway, thank you for watching, and as always, I will see you guys later. See ya!